Hey y'all, SherriG. Thanks for stopping by the channel and sharing space with me. I really appreciate you being here. To all of my supporters, thank you for your support. To any of the content creators out there that are listening to this video, thank you for stopping by as well. So look guys, I listened to an interview between Carlos King and Destiny. Now when I first saw it come up on my channel and I saw that, he was going to be interviewing her, I was like, wow, is she coming back to the show? Honestly, that was my first thought. And that is the thing that caused me to be interested to go and look at or listen to this particular interview. I guess I was looking at him too, right? But anyway, yeah, that was the thing that caused me to go over there because I really can't take a lot of Carlos right now. It's just this whole mental thing with me when it comes to him. I'm just like, his voice irks me, just everything irks me right now because of the way things are going with Love and Marriage Huntsville and his shows in particular, all the messy boots type of stuff. But anyway, moving on, I listened to this interview and I'm glad that I did. I will be honest and tell you that I didn't listen to the entire interview. I did just kind of, skate through it and catch pieces. And I do want to give some commentary on what it was that I did take away from the interview. Before I do that, keep in mind that the views I express are alleged. It's my opinion, and it is all for fair use. Now, so when Destiny first left the show, when we were no longer seeing her, I was under the impression, as well as a lot of other people, under the impression that she was let go from the show. She was fired, she wasn't invited back, that type of thing. However, it appears that that's not the case. She and Carlos both alluded to the fact that there was something to do with a contract that caused Destiny to kind of walk away from the show. They didn't give any specifics on whether it was the number of scenes she had to show up for. I don't really know what one of these contracts actually looks like. So what the parameters would be that they have, guidelines that they would have to follow that would prevent one from saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be on the show. Or if it had something to do with the amount of money she was being offered to show up on the show. So I don't know if that was an issue with her. And she just said, well, if that's all I'm going to get paid, I'm out. Again, they never elaborated on that. I just wanted to point out the fact that she really wasn't released from the show. She decided to walk away from the show. And, she brought that up. Carlos asked her. She brought it up. And, of course, he agreed because he knows that, right? So, anyway, one of the things, like listening to this interview, that I pulled away from it is that Destiny wanted grace, but yet she didn't have the capacity to give grace. And when I say that, Carlos was asking her about, not being forthcoming on the show, just the way she was showing up, and people stating that she really wasn't open with her life on the show. And just the way she showed up, like she just seemed to be like, and again, I'm paraphrasing all of this, but she just seemed to bring a lot of drama, but not a lot of girth, in other words. So she said that she was going through a really rough time in her life, going through the divorce, and then, of course, custody and all of that, that it was really taking a toll on her, that she couldn't even believe that she was there. And then there was a time when she didn't really accept that she was there, but then she woke up and had to just accept the fact that this is where you are. The marriage that you thought you had, you no longer have. The family that you thought you had, you no longer have, etc. Again, I'm paraphrasing. And that she just needed people to give her grace. But for me, I can't fathom why she doesn't understand that Mel was going through the same thing. Like, she wanted to have grace bestowed upon her, but she didn't have the capacity to bestow that same grace on Melody and realizing that Melody was going through a tumultuous divorce herself. And not only that, Melody was open about what was going on in her life. So you have, you're going through things off camera, you're going through things on camera, and then you're hearing what the public has to say about it as everything plays out. You would think that Destiny would have more compassion toward her, especially if they were friends, and that she would understand what Melody was going through. But again, she didn't show that at all, and she never stated that she could understand that. She mentioned that she felt that Melody was using their friendship as a storyline, as far as she sacrificed their friendship, because when it was good, it was good. But then when it went left, she felt like Melody just kind of like threw it out there and destroyed their friendship just to get a storyline. And I feel that that's absurd. And that is my opinion. I feel like that's absurd because Melody had a storyline. Martell had a storyline. They were being open about their lives. So they really didn't need to destroy a friendship with anyone in order to have a storyline. I just think that Mel didn't give Destiny the attention that she wanted in this storyline. She didn't hold her on the pedestal that Destiny wanted to be held on. And that's when their relationship, their friendship started to go awry. She couldn't understand why Melody kind of backed down and backed away from her. And Carlos was really trying to get her to see that, Mel's reasoning for backing away from you, like she said, she was going through a rough time herself, and that when filming was over, she kind of shut away from the world. Melody actually shared that in her interview with Carlos, and she shared that, with us, that, when the show is over, when I'm done filming, I don't want anything to do with the world. I just want to spend time by myself. I'm trying to get back to myself. I'm trying to find myself. I'm trying to get my peace together, find my flow so that I can move through all of the things that I have to move through so that I can not only overcome financially, but so that I can overcome mentally and emotionally. And again, I'm paraphrasing, right? He tried to explain that to Destiny, and the fact that Destiny considered Martell her brother, but here you have the wife of your brother or the ex-wife of your brother as your friend and a very good friend. I'm sure they shared secrets together. That would be an awkward position for any woman going through a divorce. Like if I was going through a divorce and I was friends with this woman who is also friends with my husband, but considered my husband to be her brother, I would back away too. So I don't see how Destiny doesn't understand that. But I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, she'd see it, So I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, she'd see it. In my opinion, I just feel like Destiny was pretty selfish, and her lack of being able to have that type of compassion for someone that was her friend or to try to understand that. So anyway, I did, Carlos said that he enjoyed their friendship when they were friends. And it seemed like to me that he was really trying to push Melody on Destiny. Maybe not. That's just the impression that I got. If you guys seen it, share your thoughts. If you haven't, check it out and see what you think. I think he was really pushing hard for this friendship to come back together. And I'm just really not sure what that was all about. But that's just what it felt like to me. He did say that he really loved their friendship. Honestly, when their friendship was a friendship, when it was good, I enjoyed it too. But again, I do understand Melody's position. So anyway, that's all I wanted to point out with this particular interview. Like I said, I only listened to parts of it. I didn't listen to all of it. There was a lot more that was said, and I'm sure there are a lot of other content creators that are just going to break it down piece by piece by piece. But that's all I have for y'all. I just wanted to share a little of my thoughts about this interview. That's all I have for y'all for right now. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell because I will be back. Until then, ciao.